Hello and welcome to a collective reading, a reading for all of us, for you individually and for the world. Anytime you click on this reading will be relevant. And if you like the reading, please do go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video. My name is Neha. I am Spilosophy, which is spiritual political philosophy. So let's see what we have here. The first two cards. So what I'm seeing is that there's something happening on this earth. There's a transformation that is happening. And that transformation is happening also in all of us. It's a very powerful phenomena, and none of us can actually resist. None of us can actually resist what is happening on this earth, the energy of transformation. But it's just that each of us are in different stages of that transformation. So we can see here. So this character is very tired. It's in a lower consciousness. It's in a state of lower consciousness. It's exhausted. Some of us may be in that state there. Others of us are actually beginning to take flight, beginning to spread our wings, beginning to realize that we don't need to stay trapped in our lives or in our work or in our families or our situations or our physical locations or in our own stories and beliefs. And these people are beginning to do this work to take off. And then we have some who have really attained a higher state of consciousness. And these are people who are content. They are at peace. They're open to the unknown. They are not trying to force anything. They're not in an active state. They're in a kind of an allowing state, okay? They're going with the flow of life. So let's come to these cards here and let's see what these cards are also saying. So this journey of awakening, it really begins by something happening to your energy system. And it's a process that affects your entire system. And it also affects the vehicle upon which you ride. The vehicle that you ride could be your identity in this world. It could be your way of life. It could be your stability, your rock, okay? It's definitely either affecting you or it has already affected you. You've already been kind of affected by the energy, right? So this usually refers to loss. I can feel it as loss. You may be losing things, losing relationships, losing physical and material possessions or jobs or situations. And so that's definitely all is happening to all of us, or has happened to all of us, okay? And so what I'm seeing is that it kind of takes apart all the different parts of your mind. You start to experience all these things in your mind that you didn't experience before. All the different shadows, all the different goblins that are lurking in your psyche, in your deep mind, and in your energy body. And they start to appear, and you may not have experienced those before, but now you are. Anxiety and anger or mean-spiritedness or fear, or all of these kind of hatred, all these different things that could come up within your sphere, okay? The only thing that can really answer these manifestation of these and the experience of these fragments of your psyche is healing. That is the only thing you can really turn to when this happens. And you are going to have to find some faith. Or you had to, depending on where you are on this stage, okay? We're going to go all the way through the reading. I'm sure the reading is going to address everybody in the different phases of this process of transformation. And so you'll have to find faith, or you've had to find faith. There's something that you're going to have to hold on to. There's something that you're going to be able to, there's some belief system that you will start to look for. And it's something that you can hold on to like a mother. And it is indeed the energy of the mother coming into your life to help you to find something to hold on to. For some, it could be family, for some it could be work, like a new work. There's something that you're going to start to hold on to, and that is going to help you to take you into the next phase, in the next phase of your journey. So there's going to be a longing around it. There's also it is the feminine that's going to call you into something new, call you into something different. And no matter how much you try to hold on, you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to say goodbye to who you used to be and what you used to be. And you're going to have to step into something new. Well, you're going to have to let go without even knowing what's ahead of you. And when you let go, you see, when you let go of this identity and also kind of like clothing that you wear in front of society, protective kind of personality, what will happen is you will have to taste yourself. You'll have to drink your own brew. You'll have to experience, you won't be able to, you'll be like the emperor with no clothes, except you can't tell anybody you're wearing clothes. You will be naked. You won't have that protective layer to shield who you really are from the rest of society. You will have to just let go. And you may retreat. A lot of us retreat when we go through this. And you'll begin to start to taste who you really are in little bits. And you'll start to release parts of yourself that you have been holding in. And you'll allow them to kind of fly, to take flight. So this is all about a becoming process, okay? Then you'll start to learn how to ride the wind, how to fly. And you may have already been doing that. So depending on where you are on your journey again, you start to learn how to flow and how to allow the wind to take us where it wants to go, or the river, the water, the flow of life, to start to take us in the directions. And you start to see things in a different way. And you also start to be seen in a different way. And at first there's a lot of discomfort with being seen. That is what truly attracts. So showing yourself in the world, showing yourself and allowing yourself to be seen, and seeing yourself, no matter how doubtful you may seem about it, it's really what starts to bring in the treasure. For me, the treasure is your desires, your dreams, the riches you wish for. And riches can be anything, and can be many things. And that's when you start to move from doubtfully being, putting yourself out there, to being magnetic. So I can feel that some people are in this phase of the journey. But this is, and we need to remember that the journey is not linear. Although it has different phases through which we pass, we often go back and forth between different phases. We can often be here and then also revisit this or this. Something else will fall off from us, And turning to healing. And what is healing? It's really loving. We may be moving through these phases in a non-linear manner. So I feel these cards are some general advice for us, something that we can all be doing, no matter which phase we are or where our predominant state is, okay? The first is always to take the rest when we need it. So there are going to be moments where we are in such levels of stress, okay, that the process is so intense that we may not be able to sleep, or we may be in a state where we want to be doing a lot of things and trying to fix problems and solve everything, and so we're in a high alert state. But actually, we may need to just be calm and quiet and go within and to be still. And also, in this process of ascending, of awakening, we're going to need to sleep a lot more usually. Our body needs a lot of time to rest because it's energetically changing so much. And so it's doing a lot of work energetically. And resting deeply, even if it's not sleeping, even if it is just being quiet and having a cup of tea and sitting back in a chair, then that's also what we need. The other thing is to be curious and to investigate and to follow our kind of intuitive nose about where we might need to go. We need to follow our intuition. So this card is really about following that intuition and that inner knowing. That's a very important guide for us, because it's very difficult to navigate this any other way. Of course, you also have the ability to just flow, but there's also going to be things that are going to call you, maybe classes, courses, or teachings, or practices, or places, or, journeys that are going to call you. And it's really important to kind of follow them and investigate them. These are the things that are going to help you start to move into the flow of life. The third is to get in touch with your creativity. All of us, there's something creative that we enjoy, without exception. Even walking in nature is a creative process in some ways. You're within yourself, and I don't know how to explain, but you're not creating, but you are creating internally through the process. And so whatever it is that makes you feel good, whether it's crafting, whether it's listening to music, whether it's writing, it's very important that we do this, because what happens is this starts to awaken within us the foundation for the development of who we are. It starts to move our energy, starts to awaken our energy even more, the positive energy, okay, the creative energy. Because it's not all releasing, it's also creating. This is also connected to creating ourselves and what we desire into this world. And even if it seems irrelevant, like even if it is, crafting, and that's not necessarily what you are going to be, how you're going to be creating yourself in the new way, that practice is going to start to build things within your body, and it's going to allow other things to come into your mind, other ideas to come into your mind. So it's very important, okay? And the third is to be in the company of others who allow you to be. So the last piece of advice, there is one more card which I'm going to pull because it seems to be falling off the pile. But yeah, it's to be in the company of those who will allow you to be, and those who can understand or understand, who don't expect anything of you, who don't need you to be be a certain way, who can accept you in your evolutionary process, in your transcendent process. So being in the company of others who are, just allowing you to be. And, these are people that you will drink from their energy and from their own experience of their journey. Let's take this last card that keeps me falling off the pile. Oof, okay. This is a beautiful card to end on. And you can see this is the Sovereign. Not only is there the realization of your dreams and desires, or the attraction of your riches, you will become your full self. You will become the Sovereign. You will become completely in control and in charge of your own destiny and of your own energy. Nobody else will be choosing your life for you. You will be, even if you're in a family setting, if you're married, if you have children, you will be in charge of your own life, of your own destiny, of your future, of what you do have in it and what you don't have in it. And nobody will be able to compromise that. And so the final attainment, of course, this is what you receive in your world, but this is who you become. You become the Sovereign, the mistress or the master. And you really are mistress and master of your own reality, of yourself, of your body, mind, and spirit, and of your reality, of your external experience as well. I hope this reading has been helpful. It seems like this is a reading, everybody just needs to be reminded about the stages of the journey and where they will be going and what it looks like. Practical tools that we can use at any point. So I hope you enjoyed this or you benefited from this. Feel free to drop a comment or like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, lots of love.